Joseph Pizza, welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Chishi Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Steve Harvey's wife reportedly cheated on him with his bodyguard and personal chef. Now, guys, this is not coming from myself. I read this post shared on page on Instagram. And I have to say that because I don't know if this is true or not quite yet. But we got to talk about this because ironically, the most recent thing I touched on concerning Steve Harvey's marriage was his wife's ex-husband who was involved in some stuff that actually got that video demonetized. So I'm not even going to go into that. But you should go check out that video. It's really interesting. But a book just came out, published, revealing stuff from her past, etc. Let's just say that if you're looking at Lori Harvey and looking at her mom, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. But let's get into the story, man. Caption of the post read, according to reports, Steve Harvey's wife allegedly cheated on him with both his bodyguards and personal chef. An anonymous insider has confirmed that Marjorie Harvey has validated their purported extramarital affairs concerning their personal chef and bodyguard. Okay, so the bottom line here is it looks like Steve Harvey's headed for a divorce. Here's why this is terrible news for Steve Harvey. Other than the fact that he's viewed as this relationship guru and AKA, from our perspective, coffee drinkers over here, one of the most infamous simps in television history. But to a lot of people, he's viewed as like this dating and marriage expert, right? And I'm not going to talk about previous divorces or anything. What I'm here to focus on is if this is true, this is bad. Not because of his image, but because of his pockets. Why? Because I have a video that's like over 1 million views, and there's a lot of clips of Steve Harvey in it, pretty much trying to convince men in general to not get prenups, and calls men who pursue marriages and promote prenups, like myself. I'm always telling you guys, if you value marriage today and it's something you still want to risk, because it is a risk, especially in today's day and age. He says don't get a prenup because you can't expect plan A to work if you have a plan B. This man's literally out here setting men up for serious failure. Serious failure. So me knowing that about Steve Harvey would obviously lead me to believe that he doesn't have a prenup. Unless if he's lying and doing the exact opposite of what he's saying to do. Can't put anything past anybody these days, but don't believe me, check it out for yourself.
Are relationship prenups a good idea?
I say yes. I think that they're a really good idea.
If you've ever wondered how Steve Harvey has made millions off women by lying to him, you're getting firsthand experience right here on the Coffee Pod.
This coffee smells like shit.
Ridiculous. If you have a plan B, how can you possibly expect A to work if you don't put your all into A?
You have to go into that relationship 100% committed, not thinking, okay, if it doesn't work out, this is what I'm gonna do.
Let me tell you something.
Think about that, guys. You have to go in there blind. You have to go in there blue pill minded, thinking if it doesn't work out, because they all work out, right? Because they all work out. This is why I can't, as much as, guys who believe in like family and, values and everything, as much as they want me to promote for men to get married, I think at this point, every man must sit down very hard, become as informed as possible, and make the decision himself. Then there's the guys who are like, tell men not to get married. Men are going to do what they're going to do, but I just pray and hope that men are informed as they go into it and at least protect yourself from something that does have a 56% failure. Let's keep listening.
I don't know a single person that has a prenup that ain't had to use it.
All right. So he says, I don't know a single person who has a prenup that hasn't had to use it. That goes directly against a recent video I just did of an attorney, James Saxton, who pretty much said, like, most people who are okay having the discussion of prenups and they understand the risk and the gravity of the situation of marriage today, they don't usually end up using that prenup as early or if ever as the people who go into it blindly, like the way they're encouraging most people to approach marriage. Let's check out some comments, man, in response to this. First comment here comes from a man. He says, if Steve isn't safe for being cheated on, no one is. Reminder, guys, that these are people here who don't see life with clarity because they're not caffeinated by they haven't gotten that good coffee in their system. So they're sitting here thinking, not Steve Harvey. How could any woman leave him? He does everything right. He treats his woman like a princess. Another person here responded back and says, so true, losing faith. Another person here says, I smell a family feud. That's hilarious. Here's another comment that says, I hope this is fake news because he worships her. Gosh, I'm running out of coffee, man. I need more to get through this. He worships her. Guys, men in specific, hear me good, man. Count yourselves lucky. Think that there are men out here walking around blind, simping. The worst part, they've never been to a coffee shop. They're going around thinking, if I can worship her. Think of this word. You never hear women talking this way about the way women should treat men. When's the last time you saw a woman say a woman should worship her man? God. Come on, guys. To most women today, you should be bowing down, worshiping her feet, buying her everything she wants. For you, she can't even make a sandwich, but if some danger comes, you're expected to die. You can't get her to make you a turkey sandwich. It's actually disrespectful. So after this woman says he worships her, she says, and treats her like a queen, of course. When I met them, I asked for a picture and he said, I needed to ask her permission. Another comment here says, after all the relationship advice Steve's given, after this, he's gonna become an incel. Nah, I think Steve Harvey knows that some of the stuff he said is kind of BS. I think he knows. Or maybe he doesn't. Or maybe he doesn't, right? Maybe he just refuses to see, because there are guys who just refuse to see it. You guys know the guys who like get married a second time and they're in another relationship and the girl leaves them, and you just tell you guys who are aware, because you're caffeinated, you go talk to these guys and you're like, hey man, go watch the coffee pod, go do this. You don't see it, man. She's playing you. Don't be okay with her going to Jamaica, bro. Those Jamaicans are having their way with your woman. They're like, no, bro, you're toxic, bro. You're controlling, man. You're whatever it is. You could be one of those guys. Yeah. Let's keep checking. Let's keep reading. Another comment here from another woman says, I think this is fake news. However, if it's real news, people have to understand that when someone cheats on you, it's not what you did or didn't do. It was their choice. People love blaming the person who got cheated on, especially when a woman cheats. Another comment here says, every video he talks about relationships, value of love, women, etc., then this happens. Damn. This is why it's important to keep it real. This is why I get on here. I say every day, hey man, most of you women out here, let me not say most, but a good number are probably going to get cheated on. And you're probably going to work through that. The sooner you learn to accept that it will happen, the more you'll be able to work through that. Now, should you be okay with it? That's not what I'm saying. I'm not talking about Sugar Sean. I'm not talking about the Derek Jackson type situations where there's like, dude, this man has no self-control. But yeah, painting this idea that the marriage is this perfect thing and bad things don't happen. They do. And of course, some of you men might get cheated on out here. Should you work through that? Some men are able to. Most men probably are not, because the type of person that man becomes after a woman cheats isn't a type of man who's conducive for a healthy relationship. And that just has to do with the difference between men and women and how they view cheating. Now, there's always one guy who, well, that's not true. I forgave my wife. Yeah, you can be the exception to the rule. Here's another comment that says, you gonna cheat with the help? Another person here says, act like a lady, think like a man. Here's another comment that says, why not end this relationship, then go to another instead of cheating? Another comment here says, no, I really hope this is fake news. And that's it. That's it, guys. Of course, I'm curious. What do you think? Leave your comments down below. As always, I appreciate you for checking out yet another episode of The Coffee Pod. Again, I'm not sure if this is real or fake. I don't know. But if it is, Steve Harvey's screwed. He is screwed. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.